I need to, oh boy, where am I? I sometimes do this. There we go. I need to pull this up, make sure everything's working. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hi. How's it going? I just separated my sleeves from my body on my D20 project, so I need to do some work on that. This like big section is because there were a bunch of short rows that I had to do, and yeah, so I'm just having a very chill Saturday, and knew I wanted to live stream at some point this weekend, so here we are. What are you all up to? How is the weather where you are? Because it's not very spring-like here yet. Yesterday was really nice. And I took a long walk. Started to get in those like springy vibes, but it still feels pretty unspring-like. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, I got to this point where, you know, I had to do all these short rows, and I decided to not count them because that would have been very annoying to like switch the yarn. So there's basically this whole chunk of these two colors together that are like not gonna count for the rows that I'm supposed to be doing. So also I'm supposed to move my beginning of a round marker, which I think I'm gonna do right now. So yeah, but I do really like this section. It's a little, I guess, unexpected, but that is literally the point of this sweater, is to do some stuff that is unexpected. So there we go. Yeah. I also have to move these markers to closer to the beginning. So there we go. I spent the morning watching a bunch of vlogs, knitting these short rows. I kind of love when my partner is not around. They had a work thing today. And so I get to like not cook really. So I just had like yogurt and granola for lunch, and it was great. And I finished a book this morning that I just like powered through and really, really enjoyed. Yeah, it was like perfect reading material. And it's by someone I met through the knitting community. She is an editor, publisher, and an author, and it's been on my list. I put it on hold at the library a while ago, and it had a pretty long wait list, and I just really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, just I feel sometimes like I forget how to relax. And I was really trying to relax today. I think I accomplished my goal. If you're working on something, knitting or crocheting or stitching, I'd love to hear about it. I also, in a sec, I'm going to take a moment to post on Instagram that this is happening. But yeah, usually we just kind of hang out and chat. If you've never been to a live stream before, I don't usually do them on weekends, but my work schedule is changing a little bit. So I think I am going to start doing them I haven't decided on the day yet. I like to have a consistent time to do it, but yeah, today worked out in my favor, so here we are. The dog is doing something under the couch. One, two, three. Okay. New beginning of round marker. I was like thinking about whether or not I was gonna do any shaping in this sweater, and I'm pretty sure I just want it to be like a cozy raglan that I can wear. Don't really want it to be cropped at the moment, so I think I'm gonna do about 13 inches on the body, so at least I have all the D20 excitement to keep me going. Let's see, the orange one is 2, so that actually starts here, and the green one here. Okay, back in business. Also, I just was on like the longest needles ever, and my stitches were getting so bunched up, and it was kind of driving me a little crazy. It was just very hard to move the stitches along the needles. I had like almost 600 stitches before I took off the sleeves. So, and I have tried it on. It does fit, so thank goodness for that. Because with so many yarns, I don't know, it could go either way. But I am doing, of the green one, I have 14 rows to do, and of this like acid green, I have 9 rows to do in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I only have 4 more rows. I feel like we could probably get through that. Ash, you're sorting through your tiny scrap yarns to mail to someone who says they can use them, which is exciting because I've been trying to find a home for them. That's awesome. Do you know what they're gonna make with them? I've been watching, I don't know if you watch The Crazy Sock Lady. I have never been so excited about scraps after watching her like jelly roll blanket that she's knitting, and some of her crochet like scrap blankets. I have a couple crochet scrap blankets that I've made like just big granny squares, and then I kind of started one back up above my head, behind my head, but I don't know, I haven't been like feeling it. I don't know why. I even have one here that like needs one more row, and it's just been sitting and I haven't done it. So yeah, I think that I like the idea of that jelly roll blanket though, but I know they take me a long time. I don't know. Okay, hang out with me while I post real quick the link here onto Instagram and Discord. I should have done this before I got on. I usually do, but you know, sometimes the best intentions. I usually do a little selfie. Oops. Oops. I don't know if you all have been experiencing this on Instagram, but my like photos are lagging and it's like kind of driving me crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like you go into stories to take a photo and then like there's like a delay. It's very annoying. Okay. And then of course that didn't, oh, did that do that twice? Yes, it did. Great. There's one, and then this is very riveting, I know. Okay, there we go. Oh, I love that they're so. Excuse you. I always try and read out the chat because I don't save it for the longevity of the like video that YouTube uploads later. So I know it's like just you and me in this right now, but I'm just gonna read it out for posterity. So you're not sure what the recipient is gonna make, but you think they're a new crocheter and want to try a scrappy project but don't have many scraps. I love that. And scraps, I don't know, sometimes scraps get overwhelming for me. So it's kind of nice to be able to like pass them along. Although at the same time, I've made quite a few like scrappy socks. I've been doing like the D20 stuff. And I did kind of have a moment where I was like, I feel like I want to get an Advent this year because I feel like I'm kind of using up a lot of my scraps. I have a lot of full skeins, but the little bits and bobs, in particularly in colors that I would use in scrappy projects, I've been feeling like I don't have as many of, which is funny to think that I am feeling like I need more yarn, but you know, at the same time, I like to have a stash that inspires me and that I can kind of shop from, so to speak. So I don't feel like it's unreasonable to be adding to it. But yeah, I've been feeling inspired by scrappy stuff. I mean, I feel like the D20 project makes that pretty obvious. Oh, hey, Sarah. We're just talking about scrappy projects, of which I know you are also a fan. You know, I was also just thinking about that, like, flying... Is it called flying geese? Flying geese? Like the quilt square that you knit. I want to do that so bad. Or do like some crochet half triangle motifs or something. I love the idea of like creating quilt blocks with crochet. But yeah. So my update is that I have separated the sleeves from the body of my, flying geese, thank you. It didn't sound right to me for some reason. Separated the sleeves from the body of my D20 project, which... Oh, I didn't... Are you doing a test knit right now? Or... Because, yeah, please, I want to be part of that. Yeah, so my D20 project is coming along. They do this, What? How did I missed this. I want to be part of the test knit, please. Hi. You've been doing a scrappy granny stripe blanket. Ooh. Yeah, see, I'm like feeling that like itch, but also in my head, I like start it and finish it. And I know that that's also like that's not what would happen. It takes me like a year to finish a project like that. I also just watched Nitty Natty like attach all of the granny squares that she'd been collecting into a blanket, and she was like, I'm designating a month to do this, and it took her a month. So I know, you know. Yes, thank you, Sarah. I would love to do that. So Yeah, I'm kind of making some plans for this year to do some like yarny adventures that I'm intending to vlog about, and that's really exciting. So yeah, hi Megan, welcome. You're a year into this blanket and it's only half finished. Yeah, see? I mean, and that's not a bad thing, right? Like, these things take time, but then we like treasure them for a long time. Like, I have, oh, in that basket, like right behind me. That's my like advent from 2020 that I've been slowly turning into a blanket, and it's just slow going. I feel like, yeah, I'm more than halfway done with it, and I get like really into it, you know, up and down. But anyway, last night, finally, I've been talking about this for a while, but Kay and I finally watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I really enjoyed it. Kay was like, that was like, they were like, I don't know what I was expecting, but this wasn't it. But yeah, it was a fun watch. I don't think I would have, just for me and my taste, I think it was like a 4 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5. But it was very sweet. I enjoyed it a lot. The costumes were amazing. Yeah, we had fun watching that. So yeah, I've been talking about that on the live stream. So for like many times being like, I've been saving it for a rainy day, and I did, and it was so good. And yeah, I made dinner and we just like kind of hung out because Kay has a Saturday work day today. So we were like, how do we feel refreshed and recharged for a day of work? And then tomorrow I'm working a little bit. So yeah, I guess this also is technically work, but it doesn't feel like work because I was just sitting, hanging out, knitting anyway. And I was saying earlier, I finished a book this morning that was really good. It is called Notes on an Execution, and it is by, like, it was written by a knitting friend that I met at an event last year. And if you're into true crime, it's a good book, but like not but I mean I really loved it. It was really like deconstructing why we have such a fascination with the men who are like serial killers, right? And it like deconstructs like how problematic it is and how much just like one person can influence the lives of like so many women who interact with him. And I mean, it was I definitely had to like stop a couple of times and just like take a break, but I thought it was really good. I haven't blown through a book like that in a minute. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. And she does talk a little tiny bit about knitting in the book because she is a knitter, which was fun. I'm always like, ooh, knitting Easter egg. There was also a little bit of very goofy knitting in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Kay keeps trying to get me to do like a knitter reacts to knitting in movies video, and they were like, oh, you have to react to this one. And I was like, It was pretty funny if you know what scenes I'm referring to. It's pretty goofy. So yeah, but I would definitely recommend the book. I can post a link in the chat. Here we go. Oops. In case you're interested. But yeah, I think it was a a good, like, not stereotypes. I don't know. My words are escaping me, but like it was a good flipping of tropes. I have not, but I always keep a little pen and paper here to write down recommendations that I get. So I will write that down. Savage Appetite. Excuse you. Maple, stop. I don't know if you can hear that. She likes to paw at the ground when she's under the couch. Another kind of silly thing that I did this week is that I bought like a gel manicure set, and I gave myself my first gel manicure, because I'm always, you know, my hands are always on camera, and I was so sick of painting my nails and having it last like 5 seconds. And yeah, I found some cute colors, and I'm just starting, but this is already, I did it on Tuesday, so not quite a week, but I did have to touch up one nail, just I think because I am not an expert at applying them, but it's kind of great that I only really have to do my nails like once every 2 weeks now. And I've got some really fun colors. Part of what I got really excited about, I don't know if you guys watch the Prickly Stitch podcast that's on episode like 4 or 5. I know it's been popular and I really like it. One of the ladies, I actually don't know their like names, I know their handles, but one of them was wearing like an acid green nail polish in the last episode, and I was like, oh, I loved it, I want it. So yeah, anyway, that's my fun nail story. I like having my nails done, but the upkeep is a lot, so I'm hoping that this will like give me a moment to breathe, because also I'm always knitting, right? So I really want, like, I like to spend the intentional time kind of like taking care of my hands. So yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a ritual for me. And my grandma always has her nails done. She like has this little like kit that she carries around to do her nails. And one of the times she visited recently, I was like, oh, let me go get my like nail kit. And she did my nails for me. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize until right this moment, like how much of a yaya thing that this is. And we both were laughing at it. But yeah, I mean, look at this. So I kind of tucked it in here. Look at this color. So this isn't what's on my nails, but I felt like I needed something a little less electric for my first set, but like that's gonna be so fun. Look at that. So far I mean I don't really know the difference because I've never gotten it done like professionally, but I bought this little guy, which is like just a little LED for like one finger at a time. And it's not UV, which was like one of the concerns I had when I was like starting to research gel sets, because they use UV, and I've heard there are concerns about skin cancer. Obviously you're like putting your hand directly under UV light. So this one is just LED. So, yeah, that's kind of nice. Anyway, you're like, this is not a beauty page. But nails are like, and hands are important for knitting, you know? So I also saw a very cool video on like a reel or TikTok of someone who had created like, how do I describe it? It was like assistive, very, very basic assistive tech, so that she could crochet with one hand. So it was basically like a 2x2 with a hole in it that had a screw on top, so it could like anchor the crochet hook so that it was kind of sticking out this way. And then she was like using it to crochet. And I was like, that's so cool, because for sure there's ways to use like assistive tech to, you know, knit and crochet. And we just don't see it very often. And so that was a very cool video to come across. Now I wish I would have reposted it. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, it was very cool. Oh, you started following her? Amazing. If you have her handle, I would love if you would post it. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, it's not quite the same acid green as like I'm knitting with, but you know. Hi, Angel Renee. Thanks for commenting. It's so nice to have you here. I love when people comment for the first time. We're just hanging out, knitting. I'm working on my D20 sweater. I separated the sleeves from the body today, so now it feels like these rows are taking no time at all. Because it's like almost 200 less stitches per row. Wild. Thank you, Sarah, for looking for that for me. Also, I mean, you guys can hear, I figured out how to add lo-fi to my live, so now there's like a vibe, right? Like we're chilling. I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, we'll see how that continues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 4 more rows until I get to roll and pick a new green, a new color for new strand for this one. This is a skein by my friend Anna, who owns a store in Salem, Massachusetts. Her line is called Toil and Trouble. She doesn't dye a lot, but I bought this when I was visiting the store at some point, and it's honestly like such a good shade to go with all of my stuff. And I don't use neons very often, but this one, like, I really love the way it showed up in the first pair of D20 socks I knit. I think they were so good. Yeah, are you a crocheter or a knitter, Angel Renee? Oh, hi, KM. We have a different time zone. Yeah, I'm hoping to, I have to switch my work schedule a little bit. I was doing Tuesdays, which I know wasn't ideal for everyone, but that previously worked really well for me. So I'm trying to decide like when I'm going to do it, because I do like having a consistent time. I like routine. I think we all do a little bit. Kay has some stuff on Sundays, but not every Sunday am I free, but today they're working, so I thought I would do it today, you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, but I'm hoping to do more weekend live streams because I know more people can make it, and I will try and schedule them ahead of time, so if they pop up you can set a reminder, and then I do also try and post on Instagram ahead of time. So oh, awesome. Well, I'll have to check out your channel. You like to dabble in the crafty world. I love that. I know I have cross stitch stuff that I haven't touched in ages. I also feel like I should do a spinning live stream soon, right? I haven't really been spinning much. I feel like my setup, I don't know. I think like we previously lived in a bigger space, and we moved into this little house when we moved to Portland, and I think we're just kind of outgrowing it. So I don't know, it's been feeling very cluttered lately, and we like might be moving, but it's still like up in the air. And then if we don't get this place that we might get, then we have to consider, like, we have to decide if we're gonna move, like if we're gonna take the steps to actually move into a bigger place. So I don't know, it's I feel like I haven't really been like decluttering or anything because I don't know what's happening. So we're in a little bit of a standstill, but yeah, I just feel like I don't have the right amount of space for what we are like needing to do in our house. And because I work from home, I don't know. I just like haven't figured it out recently. I just have been feeling like a little stuck, but hence why I feel like I don't really have space to spin. But yeah, knitting to me is still like top notch because man, it looks so fancy. Space is hard for the crafty person. We really don't think we need it. I know, I like really admire all the minimalist crafters. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, because like I was saying, I feel like my stash is very inspiring to me, and I really love being like, oh, this is the thing, and then sort of reaching into it and having, you know, something I need to make a sweater or socks or whatever. I don't want to be stash free. Although I do understand there comes a point when it's too overwhelming and it's like not useful, right? Like there's like a line. Again, I keep doing this where I'm like saying shit and I'm like, this is the most Libra response I could have thought of. This is another one of those moments. But right now my stash feels pretty inspiring. And so I've been like, oh, I can add stuff to it because, you know, whatever. And the like just space that I have and like just the furniture that I have in this room that used to be my craft room and is kind of now just like a catch-all is just not working for it. And so it's almost like we have a whole room that we're not using because we don't know how to like make it useful, which is frustrating. So I've been trying to figure that out. It's hard. Yeah. We also just like, there's like no natural light in that room except for like an hour and a half in the morning. So that also is not inspiring to me. Yeah, it's, you know, figuring it out. Also, I got, so crochet land, let me show you. I have been loving the colors of wool ease lately. I told you that I went to Joann's. If you're in the Discord, you know that I did a little trip to Joann's and I found this skein, which I just adored. And I didn't have a crochet hook big enough for it, so I also bought this crochet hook, which is like, Kay was like, that's the most millennial crochet hook I've ever seen. Millennial pink wood. I tried to take this off, but it's hella sticky underneath, so I guess it's just gonna say Susan Bates forever until I get some goo gone. But I've been just working on, it's just gonna be a hat. It'll fold up and I'll chill. You know, like this. But yeah, I really, really love the colors. That like neutral base mixed with stuff is so good. So yeah, I can post the pattern for this, but yeah, I've been really enjoying. I made one of these hats already for Kay in like a worsted weight. This is very chunky, but yeah, isn't that cool? So yeah, I've been working on this sporadically. I was thinking I wanted more space, but then I remembered the problem is that I want my yarn out all the time because I'm still thinking about what I'm going to make with it. You can use oil to rub off the goo too. Yeah, I guess maybe I'll use my makeup remover. Yeah, it's so bad. I don't know why they would do it like this. Like so sticky. Ew. And all the little yarn fibers are gonna get all over it. Okay, let me go get my, let's see. What if this stuff work? Kay bought me, so every once in a while, Kay will buy me like the like name brand of something. And in this case, they kind of failed, and they knew that because they couldn't use them because they're allergic to salicylic acid. And they smell so bad. So we've been just trying to use up these makeup wipes that don't even work well. Ugh. I can't tell if it worked or not. I mean, it's not sticky, but I think that's just because it's wet. Okay, let's see. Oh no, that didn't work at all. Okay. Okay. I'm truly in awe of people with minimal stashes. I just want options all the time. Yeah, me too. That's just so not how I operate. Which is, it's fine. It's fine. We're all different, and that's why humans are so amazing, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go get my, packaging stickers, I know. Let me go get my other makeup remover. And that's another reason why this house feels too small. Like, this is the best lighting in the house. It's not great because it's like a skylight, right? But that's the bathroom. So if Kay's ever home with me, they're like, I feel like I can't use the bathroom because it's like right there. Oh, that wiped it right off. I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not right off, but it was a little better than just this. Oh my god, sorry. Now I spent 5 minutes cleaning this and making it smell bad. I'm glad you can't smell. I mean, it's still on there, but It's not as bad as it was, and it is trying to like come off. Ew, see? Look! Ugh, terrible. Susan Bates, we have to have a discussion about the way you put these stickers on it. Okay, it is getting better. Okay. I'm giving up for now. I just buy on sale or clearance. Then I am like, damn, bought it on sale but don't love it. So like today I went and did some spring cleaning of the stash and I still need it to invoke happy feelings. Yeah. I am so guilty of that, and I realized that recently. You know, it's like a sale and you're like, yeah, that's a great, you know, that's a great option. That's what I'm going to go for. And then like I would frequently buy sweater quantities on sale and then like a year or two later end up selling them on Ravelry or just donating them. So I'm trying to learn my lesson that, you know, just because it's on sale doesn't mean I need it or want it. But yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn because we sometimes just want that dopamine hit. That was definitely how I was feeling when I got this yarn. You know, but at least it's chunky and I was like, you gotta cast it on like right now. And this time it worked, but it doesn't always work, you know? I did see a blanket yarn that really coordinated with like our room color scheme, and right now we have like a white duvet, so I thought it would be really nice to make a quick blanket. Someone help me. I did not buy it because they only had 2 and I probably needed 3 to 4. It's like that big chunky fleece yarn, but Kay and I think Kay could help me make it for sure. So we were talking about doing that just as a project we could work on together, which I think would be cute. They also were like, I need a brown hat to go. Sorry, airplane. They were like, I want a brown hat to go with my belt and like some of my shoes. So we picked out some yarn from my stash that I'm going to cast on for them, and then they can knit. It probably won't take them very long. So that'll be nice. I'm definitely debating whether I'll ever destash, but some things I got on sale with no returns definitely showed up a different color than I was expecting as well. That's real. I don't know if you all saw my like wizard from Barocco debacle where I bought a sweater quantity of that and it was so different from the color on their website. I did get 6 skeins that Barocco comped me in a different color, but I still have the 6, so now I have 12 big ol' skeins of that yarn, and I should resell it, but I just haven't yet. I will do a destash maybe like when we're packing to move, if we move. We'll move at some point. We're not going to stay here forever for sure. But yeah, just not anytime in the near. Well, I just don't know when. Did I scroll up in the chat? That's weird. So, yeah. What are you guys working on? I know one of you is organizing some scraps to send to someone. What are you working on, Sarah? My grandma recently told me that I crochet like a knitter, which I thought was kind of funny. She said she holds hers like a pencil, which I thought was bizarre. But, you know, if you feel stressed about it, I would donate to a community or senior center. Oh, you're transplanting seedlings, so you're not even working in fibery projects. That sounds nice and springy. I was just saying it still feels very wintry here. Yesterday was finally like a spring day, but today is not. So yeah, it's I'm pretty ready for some sun. It's pretty cloudy outside even though it's bright. And my house doesn't get very much natural light, except for like literally in this spot. So you're almost done with the leg of your second D20 sock. Amazing. Yeah, beautiful. I wish I would chill in a greenhouse right now for sure. I was talking to one of my friends about camping trips over the summer. I'm getting excited about camping. I think we might actually be able to make a camping trip happen. I feel like last year summer came and went so fast, and also I didn't know the layout of campgrounds in Oregon, and it's like real intense. So yeah. They like sell out, like they go on sale and it's just like bam, it's booked out. It's kind of crazy. Oh, you're eating lunch. You did yarn stuff early this morning. That sounds nice. Yeah, I was just thinking about I told Kay I would make a nice dinner since they had such a long day. And I'm thinking I'm gonna make what am I trying? Calzones. I made like some barbecue chicken calzones last week, and I still have some pizza dough in the freezer, and we just made some chicken last night. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I think that sounds good. Yeah, Quebec's camping sells out like that too. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I didn't know. I mean, you can show up and do day of, but of course that's like a crapshoot. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. My sister might come up from California to do like a little camping trip, which would be really nice. So same in BC, you need to book the first day it's open. Yeah, it was not like that in Massachusetts. You're working on a shawl for your grandma and you're almost done. Oh, that's so nice. I was thinking about giving the pressed flowers that I just finished to my mom for Mother's Day. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if you are on the Discord. I was talking about it yesterday. It's like cute, okay? But the let me show you. Get my hair kind of situated. Okay. So it's like kind of cute from the front. You're like, okay, it's a hat. But the back of it, how do I, it's just so flat. And like, this could be my fault partially because the hat only comes in one size, which is an 18-inch circumference, and my head is like 24 inches, okay? So I was like, that's not gonna work. So I added a repeat of the flowers, and I think that that's cute. It just like decreased too rapidly, so the shape of the hat is a little funky, but I don't know. It is cute though. It's giving cherry blossom vibes. I mean, like, I don't know. I think I can't decide if I'm gonna keep it. I don't feel like it's like good enough to be a gift, but I will wear it in all of its a little bit goofy glory. I do really like the yarns that I used, like the colors, and this base color or this base yarn is Lannis Light from Barocco, and it's a really lovely yarn. I really like it. I would recommend. It's a sport weight. I would definitely make a sweater in it. And it's a good price point. It's heathered and like a lot of different colors in it. Yeah, it's just really nice. And like I said, I definitely understand the appeal of this pattern, because it realistically, there's only like a couple rows that you really have to pay attention to, and there are even full knit rows and purl rows. Like, yeah, it's just it's pretty addicting, it's pretty simple, and it's very effective. So I definitely get the appeal. Yeah, a pom-pom might help, but it also might just like draw attention to how bizarre the shape is. See, it's like it's like a chef's hat. Ay. Anyway. But like the circumference shape is good, or like the circumference that I ended up with works really well for my head. So that's good news. Is the pullover in worsted weight? So she's releasing a new pullover. That seems bizarre to me. I mean, I'm gonna look. I believe you, but I want to see. And for the record, it's Pressed Flowers by Amy Christoffers. Yes. Okay, there's the pullover. She says DK, but that's like very similar to worsted. When I first saw pictures of the pullover, the neck looked really high up, but it doesn't look as high up in the photos that are on Ravelry. Yeah, the pullover looks nice. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really understand why the appeal, especially once you've started knitting it. But yeah. But I'm happy with mine, and we were doing it for a so it is doable with sport too, is what Sarah's saying. Yeah, I think I would probably go the sport route because this is a pretty nice fabric. But yeah, look at you guys. It looks so weird. I can't tell you how happy I am to be on a shorter set of circular needles because I was on like, I have this cord, massive cord. It's like a 60-inch or 50-inch cord, and it's just so unwieldy. But sometimes I need it for top-down sweaters. DK might not be so bad, but I'd rather have it be sport or fingering. Yeah, I agree. Cute beanie, thank you. Yeah, I was complaining about it a little bit just because the top of it turned out a little weird, but yeah. Is there a hair in front of my camera? Oh, well, sorry if that was bothering you. Moose is in her little perch. I wonder if I can, ooh, that was not what I was supposed to move. This one. You could see her little ear up there. Little moose. Moose! Moose! Hi, you want to say hi? Oh, thank you. So. Oh. Oh, she's so cute. Moose. Love having a little moose cam. Wow, you're just being extra cute for the YouTube live, huh, Moose? Are any of you planning on going to any fiber festivals this year? Planning to go to Rhinebeck or anything? I was saying I have a couple that I'm going to be vending at and attending. So yeah, depending, I'm hoping to host some like meetups, which I think will be fun. But I guess like summer is technically Fiberfest season, no? Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to announce anything until I have concrete plans, but any in the Pacific Northwest that are happening, I am, well, not any, but there's like 3 that I am planning to be at locally. Went to the Carolina Fiber Fest last month and took an intro to spinning class. Oh, that sounds fun. In North Carolina or South Carolina? There's one that I would like to go to in Asheville. Ooh. No, I used to go to my quilting and sewing festivals, but now with my kids, it's too much. So I watch all the cool videos of everyone else going. So post! I'm planning on it. I know we keep saying it's a Kay and I, whenever I'm like, I think I should go to this, and like it can be a write-off for business stuff if I make a video, and we're like, it's a write-off, like from Schitt's Creek. My mom also wants to go to this like quilting thing. She's not really a quilter, but she wants to go to this quilt show in outside about 3 hours from here in Oregon. So I don't know if that'll end up happening, but I think that would be cute. Knit City in Vancouver, and maybe the new one in Seattle. Yes, I will be at the one in Seattle for sure. I will make that happen, barring some catastrophic event, which, God, knock on wood, you never fucking know. And Knit City, I would love to go to Knit City at some point. We'll see how to make that happen one day. Don't know if it's in the cards for this year, but my coworkers all go, and I would love to tag along one day. Okay, so the Carolina Fiber Fest is in Raleigh. The one in Asheville looks awesome. I haven't been to that one yet, though. Yeah, I have a few. This is what happened. I worked at a yarn store in the Bay Area in California, like almost 10 years ago now. And my two coworkers that I was really close with at the time, just ran into each other, even though one has moved to Asheville. One is still in the Bay, and was like, you guys should come to the Asheville Fiber Fest. And I was like, I've been wanting to go to Asheville, but yeah, it seems like a little difficult to get to Asheville. I would have to fly to Charlotte, maybe, and then drive. That's not a problem, but you know. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Angel. You're planning to get to Knit City, Montreal, but I couldn't get the weekend off work, so I'll just be vicariously attending everyone attending. Yeah, that happens, right? I would love to go to Festival Twist at some point, which I don't think is in Montreal. I think it's outside of Montreal, but it's in Quebec. I always wanted to go when I was in Boston, but just never had the means to make it happen. But it's still on like my bucket list of fiber festivals. Okay, let's see where we're at. Green, no. 3 more rows. Forgot I took that break to crochet. Maria and Michael are in Asheville, aren't they? Their vlogs make it look so cute. Yes, they are. Yeah, I have wanted, I mean, partially to visit them, but partially also to visit this other friend. Yeah, Asheville definitely seems very Portland-y. Like I think it's just like a smaller version of Portland, and like actually in the mountains as opposed to at the foot of the mountains. Oh my God, that would be amazing to go to Edinburgh Yarn Fest. Maybe one day. Yeah, international is a whole nother level, but Twist is one of the only ones I've been to. I bought a fleece. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely... There's, like, the thing that I miss most about New England is my, like, knitting friends and fiber community. And there were a lot of great yarn shows over there. That is not to say that there aren't really good ones here in Oregon. It's just different. It's just different. And I don't think one's better or worse. But yeah, you know, you get to know people, and it's a little sad to you know, not be able to see them as often. But that is the nature of things, and thank God for the internet, because we can stay in touch. I don't know if you can hear those birds. They're so loud. I know. I feel like I do recognize that I have more energy as the days, like, as, I mean, it's not like unique to me. I think it's just like kind of universal. But it's nice to feel energized, I guess, after a long winter. And for whatever reason, this winter has felt very long to me. I'm not sure why it feels different from previous ones, but yeah, I'm just very eager to start spending more time outside and to go do things. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else is feeling that, like, okay, it's getting old. And I know, like, Minnesota had some like 80-degree days this week, and I was just seeing some, you know, friends and people I know just like outside in shorts, and I was like, I want to be outside in shorts. And mind you, yesterday was beautiful, but you know, it's back to being cloudy. So I want to go sit on a patio and knit and have a drink. It'll happen soon. I know that. Our tree in our front yard is about to bloom, and our camellia bush, we have 2 in our yard, are blooming, which are really pretty. And every time I go on a walk, I come back and I'm like, just a little bit of allergies happening. Yeah, the rain is getting tiresome this spring. Yeah, right? I'm glad we haven't had rain for a couple of days, because I was starting to feel soggy. Yeah, it's just like, ugh. Like, I know it's good, and I'd rather have rain than no rain. Like, in California, you know, it gets scary how dry it is, but I don't know. We're just in a weird time. Ooh. Hey, did you see that bird outside? I was just trying to show you the bird. Hey! Whatever. I was trying to be nice. That is a mess. Okay, it's fine. It jumped from 2 Celsius to 28 Celsius and shorts weather here, and I'm missing the light. What? See, that's also concerning in a different way. Like, I do like to ease into spring. Like, I don't want it to be summer, like, immediately. Is that gonna hold? Okay. But maybe I'm just too much of a princess. Maybe we're all just too particular, but like, I don't feel like it's too much to ask. I am really hoping that I roll and am able to use some of the spin cycle that I that I caked up for this project because I think that would look so good. Where'd it go? Right about now. Right? Ooh. I just think it would work so well. Let's hope that I get a 19 because I want to dig into this cake. This colorway. This is like the shop colorway for the store I work at. Oh, I'm like, what am I doing? It's just so good. And that's more of that like acidy green. But I keep like having moments where I'm like, ooh, that one. Where are we at? I think we're still on 7. I need to knit faster, sorry. I mean, I guess I could pick the next color, even though I might not get to it. This is 10. Where'd my little stick go? Oh no. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. $12. Have I done 12 yet? No. For 16 rows. Not what I wanted, but it's fine. Okay, so that'll be next after I finish. Also have to hunt down that little stick. Where'd it go? Ugh, my desk is a mess. That's something else I should do today. But like I said, I feel like I'm running out of space. Maybe it fell off in the bathroom when I was trying on. That's... What did I do with you? It's mildly upsetting. I didn't think about the fact that if it's clear and I drop it, I'm not gonna be able to find it. It'll show up at some point. I've thought about playing The Sims knitting expansion pack on a stream because I just think it would be funny. Like, real knitter plays knitter in a game, but I don't know. What do you think about that? I think it's funny. But also sometimes I think I need to keep my hobbies separate from work, and video games is one that I have not crossed the threshold of, and I think that's probably wise. Do y'all have a favorite place to get mini skeins from? And alternatively, or I guess additionally, have you bought an advent calendar, or are you planning to buy an advent calendar, and which one are you hoping to get or looking to get? because I want one this year. I have decided for Vlogmas. I am definitely going to oh yeah, I definitely have a sim version of myself. Like every sim I make is a sim version of myself, I think. But for Vlogmas, I am definitely going to once again knit an Advent, the Woolens and Nosh Advent sock. But I also really want this year an Advent calendar. Because I like having the minis around for, like we were talking about, scrap projects and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one I would like. Yeah, I would love to do the Woolly Mammoth one if she's doing one, but it's also only 12, whatever, you know. But if I'm buying one, I think I would prefer it to be 24. I thought about Sweet Sparrows, but she put hers out like so long ago, and I just didn't buy it at the time. Oh, you've done the Sweet Sparrow? Yeah, I mean, they're always really beautiful. I love her palettes and stuff. They're really sweet, but yeah, I think I already missed the window. I can double check that though. Oh, Hello Stella is a good one. Because that would be funny to be yourself in the game doing things you do IRL. Yeah, that's why I thought it would be funny. Expert knitter yarn challenge or something. I don't know. Advent calendar, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I will look into Hello Stella. That's a good recommendation. Does anyone know if Stress Knits is doing one this year? Oops. Honestly, the Woolly Mammoth one, the reason I decided not to do that last year, aside from the fact that it was only, you know, I think it's 12 days, was because I didn't want all of the stitch markers. And I felt like that was a good chunk of what I was buying. So yeah, that was like part of the reason I decided not to go for it. Did you end up liking Sarah, the Remembrances pottery one? You should knit virtually something you've knit in life too. Okay, well, Sarah's into the idea of doing the Sims. I'll think about it. I think I want to keep it separate, but we'll see. This year, she's doing yarn only. Emma is. That's good to know. Yeah, I might go with Woolly Mammoth then. Because I just love her colors and yarn. And I like having the naturally dyed stuff. Not exclusively, but Also, this is one of the skeins that I dyed on M to the third sock, and it's seriously one of my favorites that I've ever done. It's just turned out so good. Yeah, I have a couple like reusable advents that Kay and I have. So we usually do those. I don't always put those on Vlogmas though. There's some years I do, and last year I didn't. The one we have is like little forest creatures looking up at a Christmas tree, and it is impossible to get them to like stay upright. Like if you bump into it, they all fall over. So I feel like we're constantly like picking them back up. And last year we put them under like our cake dome, you know, like a baking stand. Because Moose is like a terror with them. So yeah, it's kind of a funny, I like it, but it's not like extremely practical. I did make a little advent for Kay last year, which was fun. Excuse you. Can you see Maple's head? No. Oh. I don't think I can like tilt it to see her face. Oh well. Noble effort. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like kind of wild how big this like chunk of this is. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep like knitting and chilling, and if you have any like questions or anything, you leave it in the comment. If you have any videos that you would like to see from me, I am so open to suggestions right now. I'm trying to like plan out some content. I think maybe one should be about like knitting related advent calendars, because I mean, some of them are already on sale and sold out, so. Thanks for hanging. Glad you made it. I keep envisioning this sweater under a pair of black overalls that I bought somewhat recently, and just like how cute it will be to just have this like scrappy sweater underneath the overalls. I love when I can like envision an outfit with what I'm making, and then get excited like that the finish line, I was like finish point, that the finish line means that I can like wear the outfit. Pretty fun. I probably have to go get the pizza dough out of the freezer. Let it defrost and rise a little bit. Yeah, I've been here for an hour and a half. That's a pretty good... Oh, the sun. That's a pretty good live stream. Well, I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday. Thanks so much for hanging out and chatting with me. I'll be back soon. Probably next Sunday, but I will figure that out and schedule it and make sure to turn on your notification bell if you're already subscribed so that you know when it's happening. And follow me on Instagram at m3rd. And if you are not already part of the Discord, that's also another great way to find out about different events and stuff happening. But yeah, thanks so much. I had a blast. And, you know, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Oh, Moose says bye too. All right, guys. If you would like to send me a tip via Ko-Fi, I will put that link in the chat. No pressure, but anything and everything helps, so I really appreciate it. Hey, you need to chill. I'm gonna go deal with the cat and eat some barbecue chicken pizza calzones. All right, guys. Thanks. I'll see you soon. Bye.